All right, whenever.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Week in Sex podcast. Hey, look at Keanu's evil psycho face. Look at that.
Fucking scary.
God, she looks terrifying. Arkansas Dave is texting me apologizing.
You know what, Arkansas Dave? You should be really sorry.
Should we bring him in? Let's bring him in.
What?
Okay.
You say you could do it now.
Oh.
All right, let him in.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he's not in yet. I can't let him in. He's not here.
Okay, I just text him, hey, okay, come on in. So when he comes in, he comes in. That's
Did
fine.
you send him the updated, the stuff I sent earlier today?
Yeah, the one you sent, yeah.
Is this the naked cowboy?
No.
Remember when he got
the naked
really
cowboy, by the way, is out there in his
I know.
fucking bikini bottom and a mask.
He's a patriot.
He's still doing it. Alex, you ever do that? Could you ever go outside in a Speedo?
Mm-hmm.
And
no, absolutely not.
What kind of fucking question?
100,000%.
And try to
never.
make money that way?
No.
Could you ever do anything like that?
Could you ever do that?
Yeah. I'm sure he would.
Alan.
If I had to. How great. No. That would be an amazing sketch. If I went out there
it would
right
be funny.
now.
It would be funny. I have to
Dude, how funny would it be if I went out there right now
and stood next to him
with
and
with
your guitar.
And I wouldn't even man groom, right? I wouldn't I would just go out there at my hairiest to let everything grow out. And I'd wear the Speedo and I'd bring my 12-string guitar.
That is an hour-long video I would watch. If you went stood
amazing?
by the naked cowboy, you could do that
by
for
the
hours.
cowboy trying to take his customers away.
Yeah, please. Will you do it?
I would do it.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And I would put a bigger I would put a cucumber in my Speedos. I would
No, you can't. It'll be funnier if you don't.
I would try to outdo him in every way.
Then people are going to think you're hard. It's going to be
true.
You're
More
going
disturbing.
to me too all the women.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You end up in prison.
It is weird that that guy, man, there are certain people in New York I think will never die. They'll never get coronavirus.
No.
No matter what happens,
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. And he makes a good living. That guy makes, I've heard,
I always hear that, right? And then I go, but what's a good living? Does he really
I know.
make a good
Dude,
living?
anything
True. If he's making
I heard he makes over $100,000 for just
that is really good for
so let me just explain to listeners. This guy is supposedly naked cowboy. He's a guy who goes out into Times Square in a wrestler's bikini bottom, a wrestler's Speedo. I should stop saying bikini bottom.
Yeah, it's weird that you're saying bikini.
Yes, I'm making him.
It's not.
That's where SpongeBob lives.
I just Googled naked cowboy net worth.
Oh, what is it? Does it really say?
Oh my God, this can't be right.
What does it say?
Okay, no. So there's a money.com article that says he makes $150,000 a year, which is believable.
Shit.
Which is believable. But then his net worth, there's something that is not believable. It's saying his net worth is $4 million, and I don't believe that.
I believe that.
No.
He's been doing it for years.
You're making a $150K salary and you live in New York. You're not saving.
He's not driving.
He sells merch.
True.
He probably lives in a van. Who the fuck knows? He probably does.
You could be the naked Jewish comedian extravaganza and walk around Queens in your underwear telling jokes. You could sell your merch.
The naked comedian. Ugh.
The naked comedian. And
More
you can sell merch.
ideas.
You'd probably sell more merch than you've ever sold.
It's true.
No, but hearing that he makes $150,000 for standing there with the fucking guitar
He's very
in his
talented.
underwear is amazing. I used to see him because I used to sell tickets in Times Square.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck am I doing selling tickets when I could be just standing out here? I don't think he even plays music.
He plays music.
He does. Yeah, he plays
we
music.
Really?
Remember when we talked to him? He's also very touchy. He'll give you a hug and touch he'll touch your under boob. He'll be
his music can't possibly be any good, right?
I think
We
he just
listen
does
to it.
covers. He's like, he does hacky covers and shit.
And he'll be like, "Hey guys, walking down the street, lady in the yellow top."
Let me
Like that's
touch your tit.
Let me touch your tit. Give me $50 and we'll take a pic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Naked
you.
cowboy.
That's when you know you're a basic bitch, is when you're asking for a photo with a naked cowboy. And then you're grabbing
Yeah,
him.
that
and
is a
you're
very
like,
basic
Yeah.
white woman, a 50-year-old white woman thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all excited, and
Yes.
you know, they think it's
How-
hilarious.
how
They're
funny.
like,
They feel
Susan,
like so
take
good
this
up-
photo. Oh my god, you know.
Yeah, and they're
And they're holding M&M
themselves.
bags.
Yeah.
Alan, well, you know what? Since you have the Mickey Mouse costume, you could go out there and hug people in Times Square with it when this is all over
That's true.
and make money that
Well,
way.
first of all, I didn't buy that costume. Okay.
Oh, of course not. Yeah. How'd you
I
get
borrowed it.
Well, thank God.
it? Did someone have a full Mickey Mouse costume that you know?
I have people who are only in the upper echelons of showbiz. Alan.
It's kind of a trailer park Mickey Mouse costume. Like there's some flaws.
It's this
not-
woman
it's
that
very
makes it
not
better for the
It
sketch.
actually looks
It's
pretty.
great.
It's true. Yeah.
It's this woman who has like a superhero costume party company. So I used to work for her, and she
Yep.
lent that to me.
What a niche company. But I guess actually, yeah, people like those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another like. Well, I guess when you're a parent, you have to do those cheesy things, you know, get your kids that shit, you know.
I would just be so afraid someone like you would be in the costume.
Dude, you would think you're a lucky star if it was someone like me versus who the
true.
fuck knows.
The people in Times Square that do that. By the way, anyone who's not from New York, people actually do this in Times Square.
Guys.
And it's hilarious. Go ahead.
I used to do these shows. I used to do these like superhero events, right?
Of course. Go on.
And I remember one I went to, it was a gay wedding.
Nice.
And they love superheroes. So they wanted Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, and Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was Iron Man. Okay.
You were Elmo.
No. And I was the fluffer. No. I was the glory hole attendant. No, so I mean these dudes were fucking hardcore, dude. Like these aren't like, you know, like you think they're in a costume, and you think these guys are fucking talking about hookers and drugs and gambling, and you know, like I think one of them was in a gang.
Cool.
You know, hardcore, you know, M16 or whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what those.
M16 is the gun.
Not M16. MK. I don't know. Whatever.
MK Ultra is the CIA.
CIA, right?
No,
Insane.
I think one of them was in the
Clown
CIA. He's trying to infiltrate the gay wedding.
Yeah.
As Batman.
Yeah. Just walking around telling. So they were walking around at the wedding. What was their job? Like, what was your job if you were dressed up as?
So it was just like
Touch the
party
kids.
with the. No, there are no kids. This is an adult event.
Ew.
But all these dudes were kind of like a little sketchy, you know? And none of them, the best thing for me was like, none of them fit the part. Like they literally look like the guys that are like, when you drive past Home Depot.
Yeah.
And the guys are just sitting there in front, hoping that somebody needs them to, help them build a deck.
Right.
It's like
Mexican.
she drove past Home Depot and she's like, oh, you're left over. Right. You'll be a good Superman. You're 5 foot nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was like literally like these like short, stubby Mexican dudes, and they're fucking they're getting wasted at the party.
That's great. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, what would make you go get this job?
Yeah,
he had to break up a fight. One of the guys who got into the fight. I think it was like Spider-Man, because a gay guy came up to him and he was like, "Nah, Holmes, I don't roll like that, Holmes."
Christ. What?
What would make you go? And do you think that that's like a stepping stone in your career?
Yeah, stepping stone to hell. Stepping stone to homelessness.
It's a valid question that Keanu has.
I mean,
this wasn't a career move.
You could go be a. I mean, but why? Is it?
This was money. This is so I could pay my bills.
But that's the thing, Alan. There are so many, but there's so many other things you could have done to pay your bills.
Yeah, you don't need to go dress up as. just maybe not lose your dignity like that.
Oh my God,
like,
I've lost so much dignity over the years.
I know. I mean, is it worth the fucking $200 you made to be dressed as fucking Elmo at a wedding?
Do you remember how much money you made that day? I mean, it was
not enough.
Yeah,
$150. It can't be over $150.
It's probably around there.
Not,
maybe even less. Maybe even less.
$75. It's not worth your fucking time.
The worst. I used to work for this party company. That was
You've done so much shit. It's so funny. I'm sorry. You've done like 500,000 different things.
I know. And every single time he thinks it's a good idea. He thinks this will be great. Quick cash. Yeah.
Yeah, for money, I think I've done like 3 things in my life.
I thought Jews were supposed to know how to make money.
That apparently just went right past me.
I know.
I think that skips a generation. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's like male pattern baldness.
There is not one Jew Spider-Man in that company. I promise you that.
I never met one. Never. Not one. It was always like a Mexican or like a lot of guys just don't speak English.
Just because they can get paid under the table.
A lot of guys, I'm like, are you a victim of human trafficking? Like, what brought you here?
Right.
Oh, you're a disgrace.
Well, that's me.
The worst. I worked for this one party company.
Yeah.
And their costumes were, I mean, as
not
atrocious.
up to par with what you were used to.
You can make a better costume using popsicle sticks and glue. You know, like you could, like whatever is like in your fucking basement. Like I had to go to this one party dressed as Batman, and like the mask wouldn't hold, and it was like everything.
You got a big head though, might be why.
All like that's the most painful, embarrassing thing when you come in and the costume is shit, and the parents are disappointed, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
And you're just in the costume,
I'm just in the costume, and then they have the nerve to ask me to like, "Hey, can you act more like the character?" And I'm like, "No." I get to fights with the parents. They're like, "Can you be more like Spider-Man and Flip?" I'm like, "No, I get paid the same whether Flip or not." I had back surgery, ma'am.
I used to be in a wheelchair. Okay?
I did this one party. They kicked me out of it. I got kicked out of a party I was booked for. I may have told you this story before, where I put in the wrong address into my GPS.
Oh, I think I've heard this.
Did you hear this story?
You were late. You end up being super late, right?
I ended up being super late.
Yeah.
And I had burrito stains on my costume.
Ew. No, you were probably late because you had to stop and eat something.
No, I thought I was early. Empty. I was so proud of me. I texted them like, "Hey, I'm here early." They're like, "Oh, come on in." And like, they're like, "Are you in the right townhouse community?" And I'm like, "Townhouse?" No. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh no, there's no town. Like, where the fuck are you?" And like, it was so stressful, and it was hot. I had a shitty car that didn't have air conditioning. So
wonderful.
Now I have burrito stains, huge armpit stains, right? So bad. And I show up, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" They actually said that to me.
Funny.
At the door, the kids are there. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "I'm Spider-Man." And like, "Hey, I'm fucking Spider-Man."
I know.
You're homeless.
How far did you have to drive?
I drove so goddamn far for that $100.
But probably not even.
Oh, and it was bad. And it was like my first time playing Spider-Man. You have to like fucking play music from your phone. Yeah, I did that with the hands. Yeah.
These are my Jew webs. Give me your money.
That made no sense.
That made no sense. I enjoyed it. It's a Jewish weird, self-loathing Jewish.
You're the Jewish Spider-Man.
A Jewish Spider-Man is funny, but
we're doing a sketch where I'm Jewish Batman. I can't wait because they just said,
wow.
They just said in the news that Batman's Jewish. So I'm doing a whole thing with that. Yeah, they just came out. So I'm doing it.
What does that mean? Batman's Jewish.
Like Bruce said, he's Jewish. All the cool toys and stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that means he's gonna go shopping for a much cheaper Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna refinance.
Right.
He's gonna make sure Robin is wearing more clothes because it's really cold outside. He doesn't want him, get sick. It's gonna be all that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a yarmulke over the mask.
Yeah, nice keepa.
Nice keeper right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It's gonna have the bat on it too.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I always. Oh, go ahead.
And we're gonna do outside stuff. I'm gonna be walking around Harlem saying shalom to everybody as Batman.
That's fun.
They'll like that.
Yeah, they will. They actually will. They'll be like, "Oh, it's Batman.
Look at this,
that little Jew Batman.
Hey, what's up, Jew Batman?"
Yeah. They're gonna like it.
Yeah.
No, I think honestly that could be edited into a funny sketch for sure.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah, make it a good 1 minute. Order, though.
It'll be short. It'll be wait till you see the costume. It's ridiculous.
Oh God,
exciting.
But anyway, so I get there and they're like, "Okay, just come on in. Everyone's been waiting for you forever." You know, so I walk into the room.
Just like the wedding. Yeah.
There are 20 people. Literally every single one of these 20 people have their arms folded and they're giving me the stare of death.
Oh God. And you're in the full Spider-Man mask and everything.
I'm in the full Spider mask and the cheapest Spider-Man costume. You could like something you'd get from like Dwayne Reed, you know? Yeah, like really bad.
When I think about the stories you tell me, your life is actually pretty good right now.
It is, right? Comparatively speaking.
Right,
we met you in like a great period.
You did.
This is your golden
You met me after I made every single dumbass mistake.
Yes.
I know, like
every fuck up.
Wheelchair. Don't get me wrong, you still like embarrass yourself on a daily basis, but we had wheelchair Allan. We had
you missed wheelchair Allan.
Yeah, I missed all that. Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
So this is the golden age. So you should be positive.
That's
you
true.
Finally kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
I used to be on stage with my back pain. In the middle of my act, I would just start like screaming because of my pain. I'd be like, "So, anybody, I got a Russian father." Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I could have seen that. Damn.
Oh my God. It was amazing. And then I'll finish the Spider-Man story real quick.
Yeah.
So then, they're like, "All right, come do your thing," So I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm going on my phone to play the music, and my fucking gloves, because the Spider-Man gloves are preventing me from getting to the fucking app that I need. So I'm like, "Can you help me with my phone, please?" So how you help me with my phone, and then I was like, "All right, who wants to limbo with Spider-Man?"
That was your routine. You limbo
so people would be
with
like,
the kids.
Yeah, and that was part. You had to do it. That they paid for it.
Yeah, I know, but why can't you? You couldn't have come up with some turns or
I wish
flips or
if there are people out there with footage of me that is be off the charts cringeworthy I wish I could see, because you would laugh your ass off.
I think we have to find this.
I had to. So I'll just finish the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
So not even 5 minutes into this, I told them, "Listen, I'm so sorry. I know this is mad inappropriate, but I really need to use a bathroom. I just had 2 burritos."
Oh my God.
Like, you just got here and you're late and you need to use our bathroom and take a shit? What's wrong with you? They literally sent the worst person in the world to our house.
And you're just walking around about to shit your pants around all the guests.
It was so
sweating.
Yeah.
You're
disgusting. It was so bad. And they didn't have air conditioning. So I went to the bathroom. And I come back even sweatier.
Allan, here's the difference between me and you. I would have walked away.
I would have left. I would have ran out of there.
Let me tell you what happened. So then they're
what
like,
a nightmare.
They're like, are you good now? Did you go? I'm like, I did, but I may have to go again. I don't know. I'm not feeling good right now.
Everyone stay out of Spider-Man's private bathroom.
I actually told them I'm feeling a bit constipated.
Come on, there's no reason. No reason.
Oh my God. This is why every time you ask me to ask someone something, you don't find it odd at all. You're like, this is such a normal thing to ask someone, because you're used to being like,
yes.
I have to have diarrhea in your bathroom and I'm dressed as Spider-Man. I know I ruined your wedding day, but could I use your shitter, please?
So I continue, right? Back to where we left off. All right, who wants to keep doing the limbo?
Nobody.
Nobody.
There's no way anybody was into it.
No one was into anything I was saying. They were just looking at,
What
they were just looking at me like, what? They were just looking at me like who is this madman in her home? And they're like, please, God, don't have him use the bathroom a second time. Please.
Oh, God.
And there's a razor in there. Would you please slit your wrist?
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, the kids like, can you do like something Spider-Man-y? Can you do a flip?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, Spider's gonna do a flip. I don't know what it's gonna look like because I just had back surgery.
Well, so these were little children, right?
Little children and their parents.
So hold on. So the children this is the thing. Like there was probably some of them that immediately knew it wasn't really Spider-Man, but there was probably some that were little enough that this is Spider-Man, and what a huge disappointment Spider-Man, the real Spider-Man, was for them. You probably made them not Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had to learn how to walk again.
Have the most traumatic association. I bet you when they're watching like Tom Holland,
sure,
I'm in the back of their minds. Like, I can't fully enjoy this movie because of this madman who showed up to our home once as Spider-Man.
Right.
Do you think the company has video of it?
Oh, I hope so.
Can we look? So. Can you send me?
No, I don't think they have video, but like the family might have. I would love to see the family have. But listen. So then I go do the flip, and I can't flip, So I just proceed to do like
somersaults.
No, yeah. I just roll. I'm like rolling along.
Like a log?
And just like, just doing side rolls. They're like, nothing. And they're like, what are you doing? You're just rolling on our floor.
I know.
Like, why? Like, we want to flip. Like, you're just rolling. Why are you rolling? And then they're like, can you just leave?
Yeah.
Please just leave.
The minute you got there. I can't believe you. How long was this? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, but I swear, I'm like, that's fine, but I really have to go. I'm like, you're not going to our bathroom anymore. Get out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm ready to explode. So I'm running around town trying to find a bathroom that'll let me in. And nobody will let you use their bathroom without buying something. Oh, it was such a nightmare. It was such a nightmare.
How many years ago was this, Alan?
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
No, I knew that was coming, but
that was coming. Yeah, that was like probably 10 years ago or something.
10 years ago. So still 2010. I mean, I was graduating high school, so that's too recent for
too recent.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, too recent.
When I was 17, you were being an imbecile at people's birthday parties.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was a clown once. And after that, I was like, I can't be a clown anymore. I couldn't do it. It was with the.
You have to actually go to clown college. Is really hard to get into, and you just dressed. Yeah, seriously, like Steve-O was in clown college. It's like they take it very seriously. It's like Cirque du Soleil shit. Yeah,
the circus people.
But what, you put on a wig and went to a party for
what are you
$30
tapping on your desk?
Sorry.
Tapping something.
A gift card.
Yeah.
For what?
Either, I don't know. Regal, useful. Outback, open. Carrabba's, Cold Stone, or Bonefish Grill. It's not mine. I don't know.
The white trash starter pack gift card. Nice.
No, one of the women that does aerobics in my mom's driveway every morning gave her that. Yeah,
right. That's sweet.
It was very.
You also
very
have a
nice
very
gesture.
Creepy picture behind you of these two children hugging each other. They look.
Yeah,
that's me and
another
Rocco.
thing with the
no.
kid.
This right here. That's a woman. That's a. Yeah. Wait. Where are you?
That's me.
That's two boys.
My mom cut my hair in a bowl like Rocco because she thought it was punky, and
you legitimately look like a boy named Kyle.
No, it's Rocco and his little brother Keanu.
I mean, Rocco looks adorable, and you You look.
I'm a little boy. Yeah.
There's a little.
You've
problem.
always looked haunted, Kiana.
There is something haunt. Your eyes look like dead in that.
Yeah.
I am. I was probably about to cry there.
I don't know if it's our
honestly.
Zoom camera or not, but it looks like a drawing almost. It doesn't even look real.
It's washed out from the sun because this is the morning room.
The other photo's creepy with the kid. I feel like if we pan the camera to the right, we'll see like Bill Clinton in a dress.
That's the original Romeo and Juliet thing. And then there's that's the naked man that my brother's boyfriend painted. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Does he have a nice old hog on him, or is it tasteful?
He's got a chunker.
He's got a chunker. He's got a thick one. Nice.
He's got a chunker, and it's like honestly as big as my hand because that painting's so big.
Wow.
But yeah, we digress. What the fuck were we talking about?
True. I'm sorry.
Before you got distracted by haunted Keanu.
It's just me playing a clown.
Oh, every day.
Who cares? It's
like as a comedian, that's one of those things that's like you don't want to be compared to a clown. You know, that's almost like an insult, right? What am I supposed to like I'm just supposed to tap dance for you like a clown?
I just don't understand why you wouldn't get like a normal day job. Like you're acting.
I didn't want a normal day. I wanted flexibility. I've had normal day jobs.
Like what? What was a normal job that you did?
Mortgage broker.
Really?
When I first met you, you were selling insurance in New Jersey for a week, but you didn't do that anymore. I swear to God, that's what you told me.
It wasn't insurance.
What were you selling? I mean, I don't think you're lying. Maybe I remember it wrong.
You know, I'm remembering it wrong.
And then I asked you a week later, and you're like,
I used to work for a payroll company. A lot of corporate sales jobs and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could see you being good at sales, actually.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah.
Really. Every job I've had is like the top, if not the top, like in the top.
You could be good
3.
at sales for sure.
Yeah,
because you're just like you don't take no for an
answer.
You
don't
honestly.
Stop.
Yeah, you would be persistent. No, but I do think I'm not even kidding. Like I think it would be a good trait to have in sales. Like you would follow up. I give up very easily.
You're a comedian.
I was really good at sales.
Yeah.
What?
You're a comedian at heart, kid. But you don't need to dress like fucking dumpy Spider-Man, like nobody's gonna look good in that costume unless you're fucking, Chris Hemsworth. Why would you put yourself through it for $30?
I'll tell you this. When I was playing Spider-Man, I was such a fucking dummy. Like I was like, I can't disappoint these kids. These parents. Like I gotta look good. Well, it would motivate me to work out. I'm such a fucking moron back then.
You got to get real hot and ripped for those kids.
That joke that I have about hooking up with one of the mothers of at a party, like
real.
That's true. Like women love those tight outfits,
Do they?
If you're in shape.
Then
I did a bunch where I wasn't in shape. That was one of the saddest things in the world. You see everything.
Disgusting.
And I remember I did this clown gig, right?
Yeah.
With the husband of the woman whose company it is. And I think they were like going through a divorce. He hated her. He hated being a clown. He hated his whole life. So the whole time he's like in the car yelling and like saying like, I just want to kill myself.
Cool.
Oh my God.
In a clown outfit. Talking about how he wants to kill himself and he hates he hates his bitch wife and this and that. It's really dark. Yeah. So then I remember I wasn't prepared with any like clown stuff, and this is like 15 years ago or something. And I was like barking. So I had like all these dopey things to bark with in Times Square to get attention. And one of the things I had
to sell tickets,
to sell tickets. One of the things I had was like a portable beer pong.
This is my favorite thing. Oh.
So I would have like a beer pong. You never heard of this?
I've never heard of a more fucked up, idiotic thing in my whole life.
It is fucked up and idiotic and insanely embarrassing, right? Because I was like, I'm selling tickets in Times Square. I gotta sell tickets. I'm trying to pay my rent with it and get stage time.
Alan, Alex thought he was competing with the lights of Times Square, so he had to be flashier than the billboards and the M&M store. So he's got to have noises and sparkle and shine and games.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, if you had seen me, you'd be like, you would go like this. You're like,
I wouldn't be able to take it.
I would have gone like this.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at the things that I've done. I
wish you would go back in a wheelchair. I would love wheelchair.
If I go back in time, the first place I'd go to is Times Square 15 years ago and scream, "Don't do this! You're better than this."
I'd go back and shoot you in the head.
And I'd be happy. I'm like, "Please, here, let me help you aim the gun. Don't miss, please, between the eyes."
Don't miss.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So I was like, I gotta, like, in my dopey head, I was like, I gotta compete with these buildings. You know, I gotta compete.
These
with
buildings are so shiny.
You got attention, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you should have been competing with the comics.
Let me create a game. Let me create
instead.
something to get people drawn in. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
should have been competing with the comics.
Yeah, no.
I was putting all my
don't worry about
attention.
the comics.
I was putting all my attention, like, instead of being like, how can I be a better comic? It was like, how can I be a better Times Square character who
I just want
sells
to be
tickets? You know?
I know. That fucking Chrysler building outsells me every time.
Yeah.
Damn.
How can I outdraw the Empire State Building as a tourist attraction?
So how did this work? This beer pong game?
So I'd literally be wearing a table.
I really wanted it to not be that. You know?
It was that. It was as bad as you can imagine it to be. As bad and worse.
That's a sketch, man. That's a sketch.
I had a table attached to me with a beer pong, a big one too. Yeah. Not even practical, you know?
None of this is
large table.
You practical?
Because I had a table that I actually put on the floor, and the cops were like, "You can't have tables on the floor." I'm like, "Oh, I'll show you."
Watch this. It's part of my ensemble.
Hold my beer. Wait till you see the table I have that's not going to be on the floor. So, so I come out and it's a full beer pong set, you know, but no alcohol, and I had lights everywhere, like, and it's all orange, right? Mm-hmm. Orange lights everywhere.
God.
Had like this beer pong thing that, like, I told my dad to help me create. He didn't ask me any questions. He just attached the ball to a chain, to a shovel. And they would use that because I would lose all my beer pong balls.
He must be very proud of
you. That is not the word. So, and I actually caused a big commotion, and people would line up to play Times Square beer pong. They would line up, I swear to God, and they would be like, you know, like the Showtime dancers?
Yeah.
The Showtime dancers hated me because I would take their people. They'd be like, what the fuck is this? Because I had speakers. I had big speakers attached to me. I had tinsel. So, like, when someone would win, I would blast "We Are the Champions" from my body, right?
Is this real? Are you not making this up?
This is real.
On you, and
I am not making this up.
What an asshole!
Speakers coming out of my body, blasting "We Are the Champions."
Oh my!
And I would shoot out tinsel. I'd like portable tinsel. I just blast out in their faces, and I'd give them a trophy.
Okay.
He means confetti. He's saying tinsel.
Or confetti.
Yeah.
Confetti.
Yeah.
All right.
Confetti.
Tinsel goes on a Christmas tree, Alan.
Well, clearly, I haven't had much of that experience.
Oh, yeah, you're a Jew.
Yeah.
So,
what a scene that must have been. Just...
People would pay money. They were like, I want to play this game and get the photo and all that shit. And then
you took a photo of
and then it'd be like, what do I win? I'm like, you win these comedy show tickets for tonight. I'm like, what? This is all for a comedy show? I fucking waited in line and gave you $5 to win a comedy show. I'm like, yeah, it's a great show. I'm on it. They're like, what?
Wait, so did you give the tickets for free then? Or did you have to charge
No,
for the tickets?
they pay for the game and then they win the tickets.
What did you do with the rest of the money?
What do you mean?
You were having all these people just come play your game.
Well, that's how I,
and then you just made
tickets, and that was it. That's how they pay for the tickets, essentially.
Without
realizing they pay for the tickets.
You made all these people pay for the comedy, the price of the comedy.
But the funniest thing, there are so many photos out there where people are taking I wish. I have one photo. I'll send you a photo. I have one photo.
I would love to see
Please.
Oh, God, it's so... I can't bear
What did you call it? What did you call it?
Times Square beer pong? Was that it?
It's like Times Square beer pong or something. Yeah,
that's what it would be.
I had leather fucking wristbands with orange flames on them.
Oh, come on.
Atrocious.
I mean,
Alan.
it's
But
almost
the
like you
funniest
were
things
trying.
when they take, it was like when they would take the photo of them getting the trophy and they'd be like, "What do I win?" And I'm saying comedy show tickets. There's so many people whose photos were taken at the exact moment of their disappointment, where they're like, "What?
What? I have to go to something now.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I have to hang
We
out
have
with
plans.
you. I have
We
to
have
hang out
all-
with you
Oh.
later. You
We
fucking
have
weirdo.
actual tickets.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so. I would do the most embarrassing. I was like out there once with what the fuck's his name? Luke something. I forgot his name. He went on. He like worked. He went to the Comedy Store. He's in LA now, and he's doing really well. I remember one time I walked out there, and one time I walked out there, because like you never knew like what was going to come up with next, you know. So one time I walked out there, and he looked at me. He's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Oh God, no! Why did you do this?" And I had like on that table for the beer pong that I had before, I had instead of that a portable comedy show stage.
Oh no.
And the comedian and the stage was like bigger than it should have been. It was like over my chin. And he's like, "Dude, people know what a comedy club looks like.
Yeah.
What?
There's no need for you to have a portable comedy." I was out of my mind. I was out of my
You were
mind.
literally going through an episode or something, like a psychotic episode. Like that's insane.
That
That's
was
crazy. Why were you building all these things around you? Why were you like wearing things?
because I was like, what can I do to make it easier to sell tickets and sell more tickets?
And I guess
You know
that
what?
worked. I
You
guess
should.
that
You
worked.
should have
And it worked, but it didn't make me a lot of friends.
made you a lot of money. You should just go back to that.
Great idea, Keanu.
Yeah.
If you ever see me going back to that, push me in front of the first bus.
No, just give them a free
Oh.
like Patreon month. That's what you should do. Will you go back to it for us?
Really, it would take a lot of money for me to go back to that.
But you kept all the people's money that you played the game with.
I can't even
so
keep the
you're
money
making
because the guy would take a cut. This guy Aaron
Yeah.
Haber would take a cut of everything that I sold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
if
didn't
half
keep all
the
the money.
people weren't actually getting the tickets, then you weren't selling tickets to that. You were selling tickets to your game.
No, but
So-
this guy would keep track of all the tickets that I brought back. So I still had to pay him out on each ticket.
Yeah. Well,
You
I
know.
think I think you should go back to it. I think that would be splendid.
Yeah, not happening. Why don't you go back to it? Why don't you go out there right now?
I would never do something
She
so
never
fucking
I'll see if I
repulsive.
can find that beer pong kit
I
for
would
you.
never in my life.
So here's how this connects to the clown thing, right?
Yes.
All right, we're coming full
So,
circle. Then Alex has to go, don't you?
It's true. Yes. But
Yes.
let's come
All right,
full
so
circle.
Yeah.
let's come full circle.
Yes.
So I get to the clown gig. He's like, "Do you have any clown stuff? Do you have any clown games?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't have shit. I've never played a clown before. I didn't know anything about this."
But
And he's like, "You have nothing? You have nothing?"
You
I'm
can't
like,
juggle?
he's like, I'm like, "Well, I do have this portable beer pong kit." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah. It's like a party of like 7-year-olds." I'm like, he's like, "All right, fine," you know.
Juice
So I
pong.
go there. So I go there with the beer pong thing as a clown. And probably this has to be my rock bottom. I think that's the last time I ever did anything involving selling tickets or anything like that. So I'm dressed as a clown with a beer pong kit attached to me
Oh my God.
with these 7-year-olds that I'm teaching to play beer pong.
is your face painted like you're a full clown?
And the face is painted. Keanu, if you saw this, Alex, if you guys saw this, you would never stop laughing. If you
Yeah.
saw a photo of this, if a photo of this exists, it would be the greatest photo of all time.
Yeah. It really would be.
Get the ping pong ball in the cup.
So then the mother comes out and
Mhm.
she's like flipping. She's like,
What are you doing?
I hear her yell, "What the hell is that clown doing with our children?"
He's getting
And I
them
just turn around
drunk.
like, "Hey, I'm just teaching a beer pong." It's like, what? So
And
yeah.
you're a success. In other words,
I mean,
this episode is called Alan and his
Alan paid
stories
some
of
fucking-
success.
Alan paid some fucking dues, is what it should be called.
No,
Alan
Alan
fucking
and his
went
rise
through-
to the top. Can we
went
call
through
it that?
fire. Went through a lot
Alan
of hell.
Alan and his rise to the middle.
To the middle.
Alan's magnificent decision making skills.
Allan's rise to something that's barely better than a lateral move.
In actuality, Allan is actually doing really well right now.
I was gonna post a check that I got for one of my gigs where I was paid $1,500.
Whoa.
And I was like, should I do this? Because
no.
And I was like, they're like, no, you can't do that.
Are you kidding me? You know? It doesn't make you look cool. You're like, no, yeah, check. It's like exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well,
just to show people, like, look, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I started at the bottom.
Respect
and look how much I'm making, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm making more than most of you fuck faces.
We gotta let Alex go. This has been a laugh riot.
I mean, I laughed pretty hard. I mean, I definitely laughed pretty hard.
Yeah.
And
I'm really fuck Arkansas Dave.
Yeah, he never came.
I would love to have the man.
I know we'd love to have him on.
If we can ever get his stuff together,
we'll get him. Yeah, we'll have him next time. Hopefully, his wife won't leave him. Yeah. She'll stick around. And we'll also do the thing with, we got to follow up with, what's her name? Hannah Dickinson.
The guys we picked and have been talking to.
So we'll do that next episode. And then we'll also, what was the other thing? And we'll go through the Mickey video. Maybe get the technical stuff.
Didn't get to the news stories. We can do them.
I'll get the technical thing figured out. Because now I know how to do it now. Yep.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Allan Fuks, ALLANFUKS. The Week in Sex, Keanu.
Just The Week in Sex. Follow us, like us. You know.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like all of our subscribe.
Share with your friends. Tell your friends about it.
Follow Keanu C. Thompson, and then Alex. What do you got?
Yeah, just follow Alex Pischera. Pischera spelled Pischera. That's on Twitter, Instagram, all that. And I have another podcast called Kill You Last Podcast. We have a YouTube now, so check that out. It's doing pretty well. So yeah, check it out.
All right, guys. This has been fun.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. And it was lovely hanging out with you. Talk to you guys soon.
You too.
Miss you.